Um, Good morning, everyone. Again, this is Vasu Deshpande. I'm one of the founders of Easylib Software Private Limited. And today's topic of webinar is going to be cataloging module in Easylib. So it's we are going to go over some of the theory concepts of cataloging. Plus, we are going to cover the live demo of Easylib 6.4, a web version, cloud version for the cataloging module. We'll also briefly touch base on a couple of other areas in Easylib. So let's get started. Okay, so what is the agenda? So today we have a very packed agenda. So it's possible that the webinar may go a little longer. I hope people will be able to stay. The first, we are going to cover some of the theory concepts of cataloging, including FRBR, Mark 21, and Dublin Core. Then we are going to go into a few screens of cataloging in Easylib. We will go more in depth on the multiple copies management, that's accessioning part in Easylib. We will go over the data quality improvement, how you can improvise the quality of the data, find the errors, and so on. We'll go at the look reports as well as the statistics. Then we will have in-depth review of the stock verification. Then we will briefly cover how you can onboard yourself onto Easylib software. So this is going to be a packed webinar for next 1 hour. I request everyone to mute yourself, and we'll take the questions at the end. So let's get started. So the first one, okay. As per this FRBR, the FRBR is the way the cataloging is defined. So basically, it talks about cataloging should have the 4 levels. The first one is the work, right? Say, for example, you are an author, you would like to come up with something. You thought about a particular title. Let's say one of the example I gave in the next slide is related to the places that you would like to see in Karnataka. Okay, so that you would like to come up with one book. So that's your thought of what you want to write, right? So then you write something. So that's your expression. So you may create a video, you may create the audio. All of those are different ways of expression. So basically, you'll be coming with an audio cassette, video cassette, a book, a pamphlet, a brochure. All of these are manifestations of your thought. The original thought is what you want to write. Then you express in a certain medium. Then it gets manifested, or it one of the physically seeable material it gets produced. That's manifestation. And finally, you will have multiplied, you will have multiple copies of that particular manifestation, which is particular, it could be the multiple copies of the book, the CD, audio, and so on. So again, going from the top, work is at the highest level, then is expression, then is manifestation, then finally item. So this is how that's the cataloging flow in the FRPR. Okay, so if you would like to read more about this, I recommend you to go over this loc.gov. This particular link, you can find much more details. Just letting you know, this webinar is being recorded. It will also be available in the recorded form on our website for your viewing at a later point of time, or sending to some of your other friends as desired. Okay, so let's go to the next slide related to the cataloging part. So, we came up with that work, right? The original work done here. So, what are the characteristics of that work? The work and expression. So, the work is in your mind. So, that the expression is what we can see it physically, right? So, it has got the title, author, subject, whatever you want to write, it's in that particular work. The next level is item type, right? It's a CD is an item type, a video cassette is an item type, or you have uploaded to YouTube, that link is an item type, or you have come up with a book, that's an item type, and so on. Finally, the accession, multiple copies of the same item are there, right? They will have the characteristics of accession number, vendor, price, and so on. Note this publisher, the publisher is at the instance level. The manifestation level is where the publisher is. So this is the framework. Most of the cataloging is done over here. So it doesn't matter which of the standards that you use, but the underlying framework on which you do the cataloging is pretty much FRBR expressed in this BibFrame 2.0 model. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next slide. So here, some of the examples, right? So I just explained. So I'm going to skip this slide. So let's go and directly see the Mark 21 format of this. What's a Mark 21? So I write a book. I will call it as the title of the book. You may write a book. You may not call it as title. You may call it as the heading of a book. Somebody who is a librarian will always call it as a title, but somebody else may say, what is the topic of the book? the heading of the book, the title, the multiple ways a same field can be called, right? Author, creator, singer, the one who has produced can be called in different ways. So that is why what Mark has done is that rather than trying to use those nomenclatures in the different format, especially when you want to communicate your data to somebody else, use these codes over here. When you call $100 A means it's pretty much the author. When you say 245.10, it's the title. Then there is a subtitle. Then there is a owner of the book. 250 A is edition. 260 is where was it published. 260B is publisher, the year published, number of pages, and so on. So this is basically the mark format, how the data is expressed over here. Okay, there is another format. So that's called a Dublin core. So mark is pretty large over here. So, there are something like 0 to 100 to 900 fields are available in the mark. Some of them there are a gap, and then there is a $A, $B. You can extend it the way you want. So it can be as it's pretty exhaustive. So on the other hand, Dublin core is a much simpler one. You have a title, subject, description, creator, publisher, contributor, just only 14 fields over here. So when you do the cataloging, you are at liberty whether you want to use the Mark 21 or you want to use a Dublin core, or if you wish, you can come up with a hybrid one of yours, as long as when you want to share the data, that data is in a shareable format and you use one of these standard templates to share the data. Okay. All right, so let's go to the next slide. So this is the theory part that I wanted to cover, then go into the details of Easylib software itself over here. So again, the webinar, first we simply covered these three concepts, right? Let's go deep dive into the Easylib, how we will do the cataloging. Okay, so when you become a customer of Easylib, you basically get a URL. Here I have logged in as a demo.easylib.net. Okay, so when you become a client, you will get your college name or organization .easylib.net. Say for example, Susan is here, Museum of Art and Photography. Probably theirs is map.easylib.net, right? So I don't remember it fully, but basically it's around that actually. Yeah, Museum of Art and Photography, map.easylib.net. So if you go with some other college, it could be SMIT, it could be SMIMS, it could be different schools, SDHR, MS Ramaya, and all those different customers, right, will have the different URLs for their use. Okay, so when you log in here, yeah, this is the MS Ramaya Medical College. Okay, so now let me do one thing. I will go and log in over here. So I'll log in as a librarian. Okay, let me close these extra windows here. Okay, so now I have logged in over here. So the first part on the front page is the OPAC part. So I'm going to skip this OPAC part because this OPAC itself is almost like a 2 to 3 hours of time it will take to go over this OPAC. So we have a separate webinar for that we covered 2 days back. Okay, so let me directly go into the cataloging part. So which is menu over here. So I click on menu and I go to cataloging module here. Okay. Um, I may be going a little fast. If it's too fast, please put a note so that I can slow down. Okay, all right. So now this is the core part. We are going to go into the deep of Easylib software. As you see here, right, Easylib stands for Entire Automation System for Libraries, right? So initially we started as a library software service provider. So we developed all these modules: library acquisitions, branch management, cataloging, circulation, digital library, and so on. So now what we have is we are now upgrading our software from being the library management software to the entire campus management software, including admissions, attendance, timetable, student master data, examinations, assignment, test, quiz. Then there is the marks card generation, the placement management, associate transport management, sales desk, service desk, all the way till alumni and fundraising. Okay, so all of these are available in Easylib. So that's why you are going to see so many modules in Easylib over here. Okay, so let me get going. So when I am clicking on the cataloging module. So this is how the catalog modules in Easylib looks, right? So you don't see anywhere 100, 200, 300 and all that. Why? It doesn't mean that they are not necessary. They are absolutely necessary when you want to share the data in the mark format, right? But why we are not showing you over here is that we have done that mapping in the background, right? So that is why. So title is title, author, volume, keyword. The way you write in your accession register, right? That is what is replicated over here with some more information. If you much more information, not just some more information. If I click on more, I see much more details here. If I click on more, I see many more details here. It can be very big. So what I would do, if I just click on more again, it goes out. So this is your accession register. In the background, what it does is that it goes and gives you the ability to get the data in the mark format also. So if you see here, right, 082 class number, 100A is personal name, 20 is ISBN, 245A is title statement and all that thing. So that way, when you want to export the data to somewhere else, it's pretty easy because it's already available in the mark format. Okay, so let me go over again. So because this cataloging is a very vast subject and we have only 1 hour, right? So I'm going to cover only the critical pieces of the software, which are many times may not be used to that extent, or you may not know it's available. Okay, so let me just start with some of the very unique things over here in Easylib software. So as I said here, the first unique thing itself is that the entire cataloging, right, is a single page. You get a new book, you start, go to the last book and put the new accession number and simply start cataloging the book, right? And if you get more copies of the existing book, okay, so all you have to do is see this particular book 000 I put, and if you get more copies of this book, so there is a simply add more copies. Okay, get the last accession number, create, make it, and simply add it. And how many ever copies you got it, you simply add it. That's all. So that is how this it basically works over here. Okay. So now let's me go over here 000 100 I put. Okay. So now here that is one thing. Then another thing is that we have linked with the common catalog provided by Easylib, provided by Google. So whenever you get a new book and you want to add a book, right? All you can what you need to do is you can simply put the ISBN or scan the ISBN, click on get the data from the Union catalog. The moment you click, this particular book comes over here, all these details. So let me try another example I take. So this is simply physics I added over here. So now get data from Union catalog. This is the Union ISBN I put, add it. So now you got this, right? So Harper's Illustrated Biochemistry. So this title, author, language, year, all of them have come over here, right? So you can simply add your own subject. You can add your the vendor. Where did you procure from? What is the source? Whether it was a management, it was from the gift, donation, whatever. You simply add all those details over here. Okay. So now basically that book is cataloged over here. Okay. So now let me go to this book again. Some of the other special things I want to show you in Easylib. Okay. So now here there are total 13 copies of this. One moment. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. There are total 243 copies of this book. So if I want to know which of the 200 copies of the book, let me pick up something which has less number of copies so that it's much faster. Okay. Um, Okay, that's all right. So what I do is if I click on the copies, if I click on the item status, it is going to show you the details of how many our copies are there. Okay, this particular 6, I think I clicked, right? So title number 6, these are the copies here. 23 copies of the same book are there. So anytime you go to this any book and you click on this, so the 10704 over here. So this is what did I do? Okay, you will get to see how many copies of that particular book are there. What is this? Same as item number 6. This item number is what we call, or the title number is 6, which has those many copies over here. Okay, so then next is link items. What is this link item? So if you think that one book is particularly linked with another book, what you can do is you can simply go here and link that particular book. So now it is linked 000 300 000 400 I link here. So now at any point of time, if you want to showcase that the people who read this book may want to read another book, they can simply click on the linked items. They'll see the list of the books that are linked with that, right? So you can see this particular associated books with that. Okay, next, the linking need not be only with the books alone. It can be with the URL and the documents also. So if I go here, linked URLs, these are the associated URLs that are linked. It could be the ebook, it could be the YouTube video, it could be the lecture notes, any of that, right? You can add and link in easily. So now, say for example, you have a lecture notes. What you can do is you can go into the digital library module in Easylib, right? So in the digital library module, you catalog that particular ebook over here. So if you see, we have got, so many ebooks are already there here, right? So there are 38 ebooks, so faculty publications 1, handbook 6, newspaper clicks 1, and so on. So any of these you want to link over here, you simply go to the accession register, link that particular URL. Okay, when you add that particular URL, when the students search in the OPAC, it will help them see that particular document, right? Okay, so we saw the copies available, how many issued, the link items, adding the linked items, then the link URLs we saw. Item status basically shows how many our copies are there over here. Okay, one moment, may have been disconnected. Sorry. Harsha, can you please check?
Yeah, yes, 1 second. Yeah, demo till notice
Okay, this is fine. This one, Harsha, can you please mute yourself? Now it's up. So probably there was a little issue with my network. I'm not too sure. So let me go to the catalog module over here. Okay, all right. Now I am over here. So let me go to any book that I want. And I'm seeing this agriculture engineering books, and I can see the forward catalog. It will show you this particular 400 accession number has got 1 copy, 6th edition, copy, department, caste, category, and all those things you are able to see here. Now, if I want to send to somebody else, I can simply click on forward catalog. I get to all these details. I can cut and paste and send them. So we saw this mark view basically tells you the mark format data. Okay, ebook link is basically when you have actual PDF copy of that book, not just the URL. What you can do is you can simply go here and then add that particular ebook as a link here. So now, for example, if I go here, so now see the list, and these are all the different ebooks. So I think I need to change that session because I logged out and logged in, right? Let me, I have to close these other extra ones. Yeah, so now I'll open the digital library again here.
Yes, sir, checking.
Let me put everybody on mute. I'll unshare my screen. Let's go. I'll be back in a minute. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry about that. We have conducted multiple webinars. This is the first time we are facing this issue. Sorry about that.
So you can, now it's possible. It's up.
Okay, so we are back. So just to let you know, this demo is running from our test machine. So I have asked our team member not to do any updates during this webinar. So we will be watching this on this front. Okay, regularly we will be watching. So let's continue with the webinar over here, the demo of the cataloging module. So now where were we? We were looking at these book, right? So we wanted to add a particular book. We can simply go here, add that particular ebook over here. That gets added. It will show in the screen. Okay. So now this is the new feature that's developed actually, export feature. I have trying it after a long time. Okay. So this is the export in the PDF format. So now, as you use this software, when you have any difficulty or when you need any help, you can simply click on support here. You can open a ticket. So when you click on this, you click on the support, I need help in so and so, and add this, submit it, a ticket gets created for your use, and then immediately we get a notification saying that so and so book has been, so and so request has been created. Okay, let's continue further. Okay, so there is a new screen that we have developed recently. That's new catalog entry actually, because some of our customers told that it was directly going to the edit mode. Can we see it only in the inquiry mode? So what we have done is, this is the new one. Many of you may not have that, but basically when you click on this, you inquire. The details of this catalog are displayed over here. Then copies are displayed. When you click on edit, it comes into the edit mode. You can do the edit and modify. So this is going to be the first screen in future now actually. So it's going to have a lot more features that the first cataloging screen has got, and all of them are going to be available on the same screen itself. So that way, even by mistake also, you will not be doing any direct modification to the catalog part over here. Okay. So, so again, if you want to modify only one copy, you simply click and edit the specific copy here. Okay. All right. So let me go back over here. So main cataloging, additional cataloging screens. So basically here, if you go here, right, there is a non-book accession register. A video cassette, which is no longer not much in use, but let's say map. Map will have different characters, right? So the PhD thesis may have different characters. So that's why we have developed another screen only for the non-books actually. So we can add all the non-books using this particular screen, which is more or less similar to the first one. Okay, all right. So the next is linking books we covered, linking digital collections also we covered. Okay, now let's do one thing. We will go deeper into how do we handle the multiple copies of this particular book. Okay, say for example, now I want to handle the multiple copies, right? So I choose this 000006. So this is the title number. Okay, and this one has got these all books are available, right? 157, 58, 59, all of these are copies of the same book, right? So now suppose you think that 001971 is not a copy of this particular one. What you want to do is go to the again the cataloging screen, and here you type that accession number, and here you are seeing how many copies are available over here. If you want to make it as a separate one, you can simply click on MSTM, right? And it will get as a separate book. Okay, it will be totally separate one. If you see here, right, it will get created as a 1971 is no longer a copy of this 0006 over here. So that is how you split that particular book from the main book over here. Okay. The next part is related to item status we saw. Splitting an item from the multiple, the master, we saw that. Okay, let's go over here, merge the title. So what is this merge the title? So now what happens is that when you click on this, now the software has found out there are so many books, Watson's textile, design and color. These are the two copies of this book, right? So publishers are different, that's fine. But otherwise, if you take this one, right, it's suppose there is a book which has got the same publisher and same subject, everything is same. And if you think that it's a copy of the same book, all what you can do is you can click on this, choose the title number and merge this title. When you do that, automatically it gets merged. So all the three now will be copy of the same book. Rather than saying that you got three titles, three copies, it is now going to show one title, three copies over here. So that is the merge one. I am specifically going one by one because if I were to cover this whole thing in the same sequence, right, this webinar will go for 4-5 hours actually. So that's why using this reference over here. Now, department-wise collection, right? So here, if you want, what you can do is you can go into the title statistics, right? So there are a lot of reports and the way you can get the data. So if you want, you can simply want to get the department-wise books, right? What you can do is you can go to the title statistics. Okay, it's searching over here. Let me go and search on this side. So there is a okay, title statistics. So now department-wise books I want to see, I can click on this, get this data. This is one of the reports that a lot of people ask during the audits, right? They want to know, okay, show me the books that you procured in last 3 years, right? What you can do is you can simply put the year and the date range you put, whatever date range you want, and it's a list. So now for this date range, by department, it's showing the data, right? So you can simply click on export, the report gets generated into Excel, and then you can download and use it over here, all right? So the entire data is visible here. Let me close that part. Okay, all right. So now if you want to get a chart of this, you can simply click on this, get a chart also. Okay, pie chart you can get. There are a lot more reports are available here. If you want to get the statistics by subject, if you want, okay, show me by subjects. If you want, you can get that. If you want, you can get by publishers, you can get that, right? So a lot of these things by different fields are available here. Okay, so let me go over here. The next one, I'll just look at it, what I'm going to cover, data quality, customized reports. All right. Okay. So now briefly, I'll let me go over here in this format, right? So this was, I wanted to cover the reports part. So reports, there are multiple reports here. One is if you go to the first customized report, here you get the data. Simply, you have got 93,000 books over here and non-books, and everything is listed like this. So if you want to get only the list of the, let's say, audio CD, you can click and you get that, right? So if you want to get the list of the books, 86,000 is listed here. So among the books, if you want to search, okay, show me something about, let's say, related to just say physics over here, right? So these are the 1562 physics related books. Within that, if you want to get only by the publisher yes Chand, right? What you can do is you can go here, Chand, you can type, so multiple Chand are created here. So now let's see. We will come to the data quality also on this part. Now, if you see S Chand publishers, there are so many S Chand over here. It's the same S Chand company, correct? But in while entering the data, so many of your staff have entered the data in the different formats. That's why they are showing that there are 6 different publishers, whereas you have one publisher. So let's go to that. Let's check it out. S Chand, if I take, so now you have got 82. But the second S Chand has got another 10, 20, and so on. So now what you can do is if you want to merge all of that, again you go to publisher related merger over here. So that is also part of the data quality. This is available in the setup, which is going to move into um, the uh, subjects. So let me go over here, setup. Merge publishers. Here you are seeing that, let me type Chand. So now you are seeing yes, Chand, right? Yes, Chand and Company, Yes, Chand Company Mangalore, Yes, Chand Company Limited, Yes, Chand. So now if you think that all of these are same, you can simply click on it and click on merging. And you have to choose which is the correct S Chand among those, right? So now let's say which is the correct S Chand and Company Limited. That is the correct one. If you think this is the correct one, you simply go here, merge. So now all the books, all the journals, all the ebooks where the publisher is any of these 5 or 6 different S Chand will all get merged onto S Chand and Company Limited. So now even if you see over here, right, even those different multiple S Chand that we have got will not be showing anymore here because they got merged into the main one. If you want to merge say a few more, simply choose these things and merge. That's it. So that is how you can increase the quality of the data. So Easylib is one way. What we are doing is it's not just a software which will help you manage the day-to-day operations, enter the data, manage the day-to-day operations, get the reports. That is a simple software. But Easylib, we want to make sure that your data is maintained very well. It should go and find out what's wrong in the data and help you correct it. So this is one such over here. Another example I'll go over here is related to in the catalog itself there is a comparison with Union Catalog. Okay, so let me see here this particular book, physics, right? Union, compare with Union Catalog. I can put either the title number or ISBN, and this is what I have got over here, right? So now if I put the title number 000001, okay, physics, which is a copy of this ISBN. So now look at this. Harper's Illustrated Biochemistry is what this ISBN is saying, but what I have entered is physics. Author is so and so, but what I have entered is so and so. So the software is helping you identify what's wrong in your data. So as you find time, right, you can keep doing the exercise of doing the corrections. Whenever you need to correct, you simply click on update, gets updated. You click on another field, it gets updated over here. So now if I go to accession register once again, and let me go over here, accession register, and type this 001. See what was earlier physics, right? Now it has become Harper's Illustrated Biochemistry along with all the details of author and so on. So basically it's helping you improve the data quality. Okay, so now we were in the reports, right? Again, we'll continue in the reports over here. The customized reports is one format of the reports that we saw. There are multiple other reports in Easylib over here. What you can do is, let this one we saw. So let me go back to the main screen here, cataloging module again. So what are the additional reports that I want to see? I can go over here and then see this is the catalog report. You have got 93,000 books, but the number of titles is maybe about 60,000. This particular catalog reports will search only on that particular catalogs, not the multiple copies. So that's why you are giving, author, call number, class number, edit, item type, all this you can search over here. So suppose if I want to search on these 4 or 5 books, I can search on this and then nothing is found. Okay. So if it is there, it would have come over here, right? So on the other hand, if you want to search the books, so now this is searching on the books here. So if I want to say, okay, entry date, what did I procure in last 3 years, correct? So we saw that report wherein we got a statistics. Here, what we are going to do is, what did I buy in last 3 years? I'm searching over here. So now it's doing the refresh of the data. It's not going to come over here. It is going to show the catalog books. Okay, let's search now again. So now these are the books that are procured in the last 3 years. Something like 665 of them. So now if you have the ability to take the report in multiple formats, you can click on print Excel. So now I can choose whatever I want. I want only the accession, title number I don't need, title I need, Subtitle I don't need. Let's say author I need, department I need, category I need. And if I find that title 50 is not sufficient, I want to make it 100, I can make it. And this also 100, I can make it. I simply click on export. So now this is fetching the data as per the conditions that you have put. And it fetches the data for only 5 fields. I want accession, title, author, department, and category. So suppose I require publisher also, I put publisher, again that publisher will get added over here. This is in the Microsoft Excel format. You also have the ability to take the report in text format as well. There is one more. I can go here and then get the report by department, category, subject, and all that. If I click on category, let's say department, now for this particular condition, accountancy department this book, accounting this many, anatomy this many, anatomy another, like this, it is giving you the report that it group report is what is being displayed here. Okay, so I can definitely go by subject, item type, publisher, vendor, name it. Multiple formats are available for this year. So there is one more simpler thing actually. So suppose you have got 100 books, right? Only for those 100 you want the reports. So what you can do is list from a file. You choose that file where you have listed those 100 books here. Only those 100 books you can get the report. Okay, again is the title, author, everything, if you look at it, right, show hide column, there are so many fields, extra fields. There are so many of them. You can view it here, right? So now I can go simply see all that data that I would like. And another beauty is that within that, if you want, additional conditions, if you want to put, okay, I want to put subject as additional condition. So now section, if you want, you can put, let's say subject, if I put subject, and subject 2 is also available. Within that, let me see computer programming I want to put. So I can go here, computer programming. Okay, so now again there are multiple subjects, right? Same subject written multiple way. You can use the subject merge facility also. Now this is showing the data of the books that are procured in the last 3 years in this particular subject. How many of them are? 9 books are there. Okay, all right. So this is the catalog of the customized report of the. Next is the non-books part. Again, pretty much the same, except that instead of the books, you are going to have all the non-books like theses, video cassettes, the project reports, and so on. Okay. All right. So it's why this is waiting. You see a message called data refresh successfully because it uses what is called as a denormalization. So just there are any software system can be categorized into two parts. One is a transaction system. Another one is the analytic system. Easylib, by definition, is a transaction system. You are taking the, you are entering the books data, you are doing the circulation. All of this is a transaction. When it comes to analytics, it is related to taking the reports, right? So what we do when we are coming up with any of the analytics related programs within Easylib, right? We have something called as a denormalized. Um, we build a large database actually with that multiple columns here because that way the report becomes faster. So what I'm showing you, right, here the 93,000 data, we put a condition of the date, we put the condition of publisher, we put the condition of subjects. It was pretty fast, correct? Because the software has been designed to handle lakhs of the data. The amount of data we put in Easylib and tested is nearly about 10 lakh books on the system that I'm showing right now. And the performance was not slow at all. It was pretty good. And now I have loaded about 93,000 data, 93,000 books we have loaded. And what you are seeing is the real operation of that. Okay, there are multiple reports here. There is a distinct title report, again, there are multiple conditions, this is a statistics part. This is another interesting one. So again, we were talking about the entry level books, right? Entry date, what I procured in last 3 years. Okay, what we procured, we'll put 2020, right? And editor will skip it. We don't need that. We'll just see here what we want to do. Let's say we want to get the data by category, right? I can put that. In the last 3 years, we procured festival special 2 books, fiction books 1, issuable books 68, SCST books 1, exam section 12, and so on. If you want it by the department in the last 3 years, again you can get that, right? So if you want by vendor source, you can get the statistics. for the condition that you have put over here. It's exhaustive search here. In the title statistics, you had only the date range, but here multiple conditions are available over here. Okay. Now, how do we get these inputs and what to develop, right? So what we do is there are three sources of information we have before we write any program. The number one is that we work with our customers to see what inputs they have got, what feedbacks they give. So we go sit with them, understand what is the requirement, where they are facing the difficulty, and what kind of software changes are required. Okay, so if you have any idea, you need anything, you simply go and open a ticket here. That is one source of information, right? Second source of information is we work with a lot of library professors as well as the professionals to understand what all is required to be developed as per the standards, as per the best practices in the industry, as per what is happening throughout the world in this cataloging space or the library space. So that is the second source of information on we deciding what to be developed. And the third source of information for writing the software, right? We download a lot of these tenders, RFP worldwide, right? Get the best of the requirements on how the libraries are managed worldwide. All of those best practices find a place in Easylib, right? So that is why you see so many new screens in Easylib that many of the people will really find it totally new here, right? Because it is happening elsewhere. We got the best practices and then we added into Easylib. Okay, so now this is the customized statistics. Again, this is the customized statistics on the catalog we got to see. And then we saw the title statistics we saw. Then there is a branch-wise title statistics is available. You know, what is this? If you have got 4, 5, 10 branches, right? All of that can be managed in easily. Like one central library, which is having the 10 branches. You simply implement Easylib, and then multiple colleges can start using the same centralized data, except that they are in a different branch. Here, for our testing purpose, we put Marathalli, Vijayanagar, Hebbal, and all that. And if you are comfortable in having the common database for all your 10 colleges, you can go with this branch-wise concept. Other option is that we can create a 10 instances of different Easylib, and then we have another software to do a union catalog of all those 10. We'll be happy to work with you on those questions. Okay, so there's another statistics, distinct title, price-wise report. No, there you name it. There are lots of these reports. Let me close these extra ones here. Okay, all right. So now let me go to the stock verification part. That was our next agenda, right? Before we go to the data quality improvement. Okay, let me cover this data quality part. Right. So again, data quality, what we have done is we have built a new module itself for data quality. Okay, so what it does, this one tells how many titles with no copies, how many keywords not in the catalog, authors not in the catalog. You know, you had a book written by one author, then you withdrew that book. What should happen to that author data in the system? So there could be some inconsistency created. So out of the 93,000 books, we have some 1,200 books over here, which have an author, but the book itself is withdrawn, right? So all of that, it's going to give what is wrong in the data. Okay, editors not in the catalog, archived catalog. What did you archive? Some of the catalogs. Okay, books with no title number, no author. You know, many times what happens is that in case of hurry, right? You can, some of the librarians they just put a dot 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 and then do the data entry, right? So now later you don't know okay which of them you entered the date dot dot dot, right? So easily makes it very easy to find out how many books you entered without the author, how many books you entered without the proper title, only 3 characters you have entered. All that you can find it so that you can do the corrections. Then there is a bulk correction of the department. If you want to put okay 00000 200 400, so these books you want to okay all of them belong to let's say English department, you simply update it, all the 3 get updated, right? Similarly publisher, subject, vendor, language, all of that you can do here. Then there is a mass update. Mass update, what does this do? Here, if you have the books, let's say 000 200 to 000 210, I'll put. So these are the 10 books, correct? And let me choose a different range here because this day range we have been using for our testing purpose quite a bit. Okay. I'll choose a different range over here. So these are the 10 books that I've chosen, 501 to 510. And I want to do a mass update for all of these, saying that, okay, these all will belong to this particular department. Okay, so they all belong to, let's say, um, biochemistry. And I say, or rather mechanical, right? So they are mechanical books. And let's say if I want MBA mechanical, whatever I can choose and add that particular book here. Update. So now all the 10 books at one shot, you are modifying the department as mechanical engineering. So like this, you can modify, you can multiply, you can modify many of these fields, bill number, bill date, building type, binding type, call number, category, you name it. It makes the data entry and modifying the data very, very smooth. Again, thanks to a lot of you who have given inputs on what kind of screens are required to be developed in Easylib. Okay, so this was the data quality part here. I think there is one more part here, data quality part. So that's related to withdraw of the books. Mass withdraw of the books is also possible. If you want to withdraw one range because the books are damaged or lost or whatever, you can withdraw all of them. Or you can simply create an Excel sheet or a notepad, put the accession number that you want to withdraw, import that, click on this withdraw button, all the 10 gets withdrawn at a time over. Okay. All right. Now let me go into the stock verification part. So stock verification over here. Let me close this data quality part. So again, I go to cataloging over here. So stock verification. So now stock verification dates maintenance. Here probably I should conduct a detailed webinar on the stock verification alone here. So now again, easily being the standard transaction oriented data, right? It's designed to handle multiple years of operation. So some of our customers are 23 years with us now, right? Because the first product, first version of Easylib was launched in 2001, right? Since then, Easylib 1.0, 1.2, 2.0, 4. Now, all of those, now what I'm showing is 6.4, now 7.2, and so on. So 23 years, the people have been using here the Easylib software. The years of the stock verification can be maintained over here, right? So lots of years of the stock verification can be maintained here. So whenever you want to do a stock verification, you simply define a reference date and then you keep on adding, let's say this is the one, and then you want to define all this, who is going to do the stock. First step, you define this year's stock verification. Second step, you define who all in your team are going to do the stock verification. Third part is you keep doing the stock verification. Say, for example, 21 December, stock verification number so and so, this being done one certain batch. As you get one book, you just enter it. As you get another, okay, these are already verified. Okay, I click the 400, you 000 400 503. You keep on entering this all these books as you get them, or you can keep on scanning these books. So this data gets added here. So now for this date range, we have clicked total 628 books are stock verified. So now you can even do the range wise stock verification also. So now I click on it. So these 10 will get, okay, these are already now verified. So you also have another option. What you can do is you can use the RFID reader, scan that particular rack here. All those 100, 200 books, right, will be in the notepad. You save that notepad, simply go here and import that particular notepad, and those will get modified as those will get stock verified. So to make sure that the system is, that's like 30,000 records at a time here, you can do the stock verification. In one RFID, you have one RFID, just go, keep going throughout your library, you go, come back here, upload the data, 5,000, 10,000 books. Do it multiple times, even if I have got a 1 lakh books, right? If everything is having RFID tags, within a couple of days, you can do the entire stock verification using Easylib along with the RFID. Now coming to the RFID little bit, right? The RFID, so those of you who are already using RFID, you will know about it. But basically, it's like RFID images if I put. So these are the different tags that will have this kind of tag, right? So that is going to be pasted to each book, right? Based on the volume, it costs anywhere between 10 to 12 rupees. So that is the first one. Second is you would need RFID reader. So this RFID reader, multiple options are available. What you can do is you can just go and then in front of each rack, it will load this data over here. That's the RFID reader. Then there is a called as a staff station actually. What does this means is that that is where you write that particular book. This, let's say this is a book, and then you paste an RFID, and you need to tell, okay, this RFID number belongs to accession number 00, 101, 102, 3. That kind of thing is made in the staff station. Then the next part in the RFID gate reader is what is available. This kind of gate readers you put over here. So this will cost 2 to 3 lakh rupees. So when you have the whole thing, RFID tags applied to each of the book, then you have got this staff station, then you have got the multiple readers, then you have got the gate, then you can also have RFID based drop box. Right? So it looks like this. People can come and then keep that book over here. It will display all those details and then drop that book. The moment a book is dropped, automatically RFID machine will send a call to Easylib routine, which will mark the book as returned over here. So similarly, we got issue also. Automatic issue is also possible here. So the students will come, keep that book along with their member ID card. Easylib software will read that, and then you click on issue. All the 10 books get issued at a time. So RFID is useful when you have got high volume of circulation. Another place where you really find RFID is useful is when the value of the book is very high. Suppose you have got each book is 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, right? RFID tag will cost only 10 rupees. It's worth it. So you put on each of the books, and then when you have the gate reader, and when somebody goes out with the book without borrowing that book, without checking it out, it will start beeping. So that is the whole function of the RFID. Based on the size of the library, the cost of RFID, the entire setup goes from anywhere between 5 lakh to 25 lakhs or even higher based on the size of the library. Okay, so now we have got something called an API over here. API management. All these APIs are developed already. They are fully functional. You can, whenever you want to do the RFID for your library, you can call us. We will supply the RFID. Or if you have already got the RFID from some other vendor, we can work with them as long as they follow the NCIP standards. Easily is already compatible with NCIP. They can call that, and books get issued, returned, RFID gate reader works, and so on as per the RFID setup that are already done. It's a very simple, straightforward integration process with Easylib. Okay, so now coming back to the stock verification, right? So you do the stock entry here. Then after that, you do the missing stock verification. So now if I click on this load missing stock, it will regenerate that entire thing and then load that. So it will take a minute or two, it may take 2-3 minutes. So I'm not going to click on that. But basically what it does is, suppose you have 1 lakh books, you have stock verified, let's say 80,000 books. 15,000 books are already issued to somebody. 2,000 books are already marked as withdrawn or lost. So total 94,000 is there. The moment you click on this load missing stock, it'll take 1 lakh books, subtract that 90,000 which is already verified, 2,000 which is already, no, 80,000 verified, 12,000 already issued, 2,000 already withdrawn. So 94,000 it will subtract. It will display those 6,000 books which are marked as missing, which are showing as missing. Then you can go back and find out, okay, why they are missing. Okay, go and find out, okay, these books you did not consider, okay, they were kept in another room, you did not verify. You go and verify, again, you load the data here. Finally, you will come up with 50, 100 books which are really missing. Then you can go into the withdraw screen. You can withdraw those books here, right? So again, there are a lot of reports here. You can take the report on the missing stock itself. Suppose over the last 20 years, you have got 500 books missing, right? You can take by which department, which author, what subjects books are missing most. So all of that you can take the report in terms of the stock entry as well as the missing stocks also. You can take the reports, right? So now this is the withdrawn items. So this withdrawn items will show you here by what all is withdrawn in the last, over the years, how many books are lost here, how many withdrawn, 1,500 books have been withdrawn over here. So now there's probably another screen here, I think. So this date range, what all has been verified. So this is the simple, or this is the stock verification. module which is very simplified in Easylib, which will help you do the stock verification, identify the stock verification dates, assign to different people, do the actual stock verification, identify the import the circulation, then identify the missing stock, take the reports on missing stock, then you decide whether you are going to procure those items which are missing, or you are going to mark them as withdrawn or lost. So the whole process is possible in Easylib. Okay. So now let me go back to my agenda here. So we covered all these, right? So stock verification we covered. Pretty much with respect to cataloging we have covered. Let me go back over here. See what if something else we have not covered. So there is a location map. So this is something that we are working. It's been in the development for a long time. So um, somebody really urgently needs, we can work on this and then complete this part. Basically, this is designed to give you a 3D view of your library. So all the setup, location, flow, racks, everything is fed. Then the next set of programming is giving you a 3D view, which is yet to be developed. Okay. So we covered this reports part. So many reports. A lot of these graphical reports are there. Okay, now coming to this barcode. Okay, so that barcode, let me go back here. So again, here there is a barcode module in Easylib. Barcode and ID card. So what you can do is in Easylib, you can simply print the barcodes that you want. So barcode generation. So let's say I put test library. I want a range of 401 to 500, and at the bottom I want call number. I can click on it. This is generating the reports. This format. So one page. How many rows here? 3, 3, 6, 9 rows and 3 columns. So 27 you are printing. Suppose you got a different paper size. What you can do is you can go here, choose another format. Okay. So now this is 12 by 4, right? So now generate. So now, okay, 12 by 4, somebody modified making it as a 2 by 4. Okay. So let's go to another 12 by 4. Okay, let's see here. Is it one here? Yeah, this is a 12 by 4 over here. So now if you find that this is pretty big, I'll show you how to modify that also. The barcode itself is very small, right? You can modify that. So now how do you modify? You go here and this is where you can modify what all you want here. The number of labels is one copy you want. Okay. Then font size, you can put about 8 or 10 font. Okay, I'll put the 10 as the font, and left margin 1, right margin 1, barcode width, height, all those you can put and save the data here. Then you can say, okay, vertical gap, let me put 1. Barcode height, they put here, barcode label, barcode height is 16. Let me make it as 25. So let's save this, generate this. This has come like this, right? So it's basically flexible. The way you want your barcode to be printed, you can modify this, print the barcodes over here. So what you can do is either you can print it on a normal A4 sheet paper, cut it and paste it, or you can get a pre-cut labels, right? Pre-cut, adhesive labels in the A4 format, print it, then peel it and paste it. But there is one caution. These are all the paper labels here. On the other hand, we also supply barcode zebra printer. Then we also supply a separate software with that. When you have this kind of printer, right, these barcodes are printed on plastic labels. So the different technology, thermal laser. So when you do that then you can't even tear it. So they are so tough, right? So again, you can choose whichever you want. You want to save money, quickly print it on A4 size paper, use that A4 size paper within, generate the barcode using this sheet and then paste it, right? Simple, quick, less expensive. But durability wise, these are much more durable. So we supply this. We supply the barcode printer, labels, scanners, all of that related to barcode, including the ribbons, the empty labels. You simply call us. We will supply all these things. Okay. All right. So now coming back over here to the main screen of what all is there here. Cataloging module. Okay, so this was the barcode. I will close this barcode part. Okay, so now in the catalog module, stock verification we covered, reports we covered, barcode we covered, data import. Okay, what is this data import? So when you want to come to Easylib, right, it's a very simple procedure over here. Here in our website, we have put the details of how you can onboard to Easylib. So you simply go over here. There is a 6-step procedure that we follow. Okay. extract existing data, right? So whichever system you have got, you tell us where to get the data from. We will work with you, get the data in as long as it's available in the Mark format or in the Excel format. That's good. That's probably 1 day work. Then once you give the PO, we deploy Easylib for you, and that will be accessible on the your college name.easylib.net. Second step, only 1 or 2 days. Then comes the data migration. We use any of these routines. Say, for example, if I go here, right, catalog data import, we take the data, let's say you put it in the Excel format, you simply choose that Excel over here and map the fields. So in EasyLib, we have got all these fields here for the accession, right? You map all those fields, whichever you have got. If you don't have some of them, that's okay, because your accession register will have only about 8 or 10 fields, right? Only those 10 fields you enter in Excel, and then you give us the Excel. We will work with you to map these, and then we simply click on this import. The moment we click on import, 5,000 rows at a time you can import. And if you have got, let's say, about 25,000 books, within 5 imports, your entire catalog data will be in. Then we do the import of your member data, your past circulation data, your periodicals data, digital library data, all that can be imported into Easylib, usually within a week, right? So the go live time for Easylib is hardly 1 week for most of the clients. You give a purchase order today, within 1 day the software gets installed for you. Next 3 to 4 days we import the data, and on 5th or 6th day we give you training, right? So that is how this whole process of migrating to Easylib is made very easy. Just on the training part, I want to take 1 more minute. So when you become a customer of Easylib, you get access to our training system. So now let me log in as a student. All of you, when you become a customer, you get access to the training module in Easylib. So you get this learning management module. So you click on my studies as a student, my grade section. I am Easylib Academy student to learn about Easylib application, right? So I click on this, I can see the timetable, or I can see my courses and batches here, my section class, my courses, whatever I need to see. Okay, so now application user, go to courses. These are all the different courses in Easylib. So I click on this. So let's say this one. So which one I need to see? Okay, let's see. Okay, so now when I click on this application basic training cataloging module, instructor is Pallavi, periodicals Pallavi, and so on. So I click on the catalog session material. I see these things. So there are 5 videos here. I click on this, that particular video gets opened. So you see that particular video, and you can start, you are up and running with this. So next you want to go another one for title statistics, click on this, another video comes out here. Like this. So throughout the usage of Easylib, we provide a good hand-holding for you. So we will, once you become a customer, we conduct 1 or 2 hours of crash course. We cover the most important parts. So let's say when it comes to cataloging, how to do the setup, how to do the data entry. So that way you can get started with the data entry, and then how to do the opaque search, how to do the circulation. So within a day, you can get started with the basic usage of the application. Then the second part, one of our come to your college, or we have an online extended training wherein we go over the things in much more detail. And the third part is we enroll you as a student into Easylib Academy courses over here. So if you see, right, there are total 16 modules which are a part of the library itself, right? So all of these, you simply click on this, you see the session material, you click on it, you will see those videos. And as you see those videos, you also get to see, okay, how much you have covered, what you have not covered, and so on. So that way, once you complete, you will get a certification of completion of the training as well. So this one, this you will have access to this throughout your Easylib usage period. Anytime you can log in and keep seeing these videos over here. Apart from that, we have also been conducting a lot of webinars. If you see here, right, easylib.net, if I go, so I go to the videos portion. There are hundreds of videos you will see over here, including the past webinars, some of the training materials, different modules in Easylib, all of that you can see here and undergo the training. Okay. So data import, we covered the mass updates, right? Then we covered the Easylib reading as well. So all of this are designed such that we help you automate your library fast, provide the best service, and the entire procedure should be as smooth as possible. That's our goal of writing the software as well as working with you. And here are our contact details. Yeah, before the contact details. So basically, this is a ready system. You can start using right away. It's already proven. More than 630 customers use it. The version that I have shown, the cloud version, is used by more than 130 customers across India, right? And it has got forward looking. There are so many new things coming over in Easylib here. So definitely you will see more of those as you attend those webinars as well as when you go to our website. So the key benefit, it's hosted on Easylib Cloud. You don't need to maintain your own server, right? And it's a ready software. It's a proven software. It's a robust background and lot of innovation is there here. So you saw that, right? Demo.easylib.net was not accessible for a moment. Our team, which is already monitoring, jumped onto it, made sure, saw what was the wrong, what was the issue there. So I don't know. After this call, I'm going to check for every issue. We do a root cause analysis to make sure that this doesn't repeat. So as far as the data safety is concerned, your data is yours. We don't share with any other client. And the data backup is taken on a daily basis. We have multiple data centers. The data center, wherever is hosted, the backup gets transferred to another data center. So that way your data is as safe as it should be. And many of our customers are on the cloud for more than 2 or 3 years. Or I think we launched this cloud version about 5 years back. Quite a few customers are on the cloud, and we have nearly 100% retention on the renewal, right? So that's about it. And those of you who are our customers, thank you for joining this webinar. I hope it has acted as a refresher for all of you. And those of you who are not customers of Easylib, we would like to invite you to become customer of Easylib and enjoy the software usage of the software that we have written. Again, we welcome more and more inputs for making the product better so that it can be a world-class product which is being sold throughout the world, helping the um, um, lakhs of librarians. Thank you so much. Now the forum is open for questions. Those of you who have questions, kindly type it in the chat box, or you press on unmute. You will be able to unmute yourself. Then you can ask the questions. Thank you so much.
So I have a question.
Yes, Susan.
Hi. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Sure.
feedback, and it was a good training period,
Thank you.
we enjoy using your software. So far, I've been using for the past 2 months, and it's very easy to do the data entry and access and everything. But in between, when we do the entries, like updated entries, we update. Suddenly, we get a message, click update, and again one more click you get twice. But
Okay.
recently, for the past 2-3 days, I've been facing data is not updated and gives an red.
Okay, let me check
Highlight.
it out. So, all right. So let me check on that front. What we will do is I will, this is the case is based specific one.
Already,
So
our
yeah,
data has been input.
yeah.
So
So
I
let
was
me do
adding
one
some
thing.
keywords.
Yeah. So let me open a ticket for you right here.
I've
So
already
you
given
have opened it?
open.
Okay, great.
Yes,
So
yes.
one of us will look at it, Susan.
Yeah.
So
And
Harsha, you have noted
yesterday's,
Harsha and Hanumant.
yeah. And
Okay,
yesterday's
yes, sir, noted
entry,
down.
Okay,
how,
thank
how,
you.
how do we access yesterday's entries and edit it?
Yeah, yesterday's
Supposing,
entries, right? It's very simple.
um,
What you can do is, again, you go back to this uh, here. This is a student login, right? So I go here and menu,
report,
yeah, uh,
accession,
catalog, and you
catalog.
go to correct customized reports. Two
Yes.
options. You can go to the customized report of books, right? Here you put entry date of yesterday
Okay.
and get that report. Because I didn't enter any books yesterday, so I'm going to use a little longer duration. Let's see if
Okay.
there is anything. and you get the list of those books here. You can see what all you have entered.
Where do we get? We have to put search here, is it?
Yeah, what you can do is go to customize report, and here customize report, and you choose these one of the condition, entry date, and click on this date range, click on search. That list comes over
Okay,
here.
whatever we have edited as
Exactly.
well as entered, new data
Exactly.
entry.
Whatever you have entered, it will come over.
And edited also. Edited.
Edited, I'll have to check. I don't remember. Let me. I'm not too sure whether we have
Okay.
that particular. We are capturing the edit data, but I'm not sure whether we have a specific report. Check
Because
whether,
our full data has been uploaded, no? So
correct.
now and then we have to edit like keywords and some whatever we need. So when we give update, so whatever we have updated yesterday's records, we need to check.
Right. So let me add this ticket that I'm not sure whether we have. We do capture the update log, but I'm not sure whether we have given that screen. So I add this ticket for us.
Yes, because whatever yesterday or day before yesterday we have edited records, we need to check whether it's been saved. So that is one.
Got it. Okay.
Then in barcode, I saw one section, call number is given.
Correct.
But in our data, call number is not accessed.
So that depends on whether you have entered the call number. What I would suggest is, if you have entered, it should be there actually. It will come. Yeah, if it is entered, it should definitely come.
Yes, we have
because,
entered.
Yeah, if I go here, right? So very simple. I go here, barcode module. I go and here, and I choose this one of the formats, and I choose the call number. If the data is there, it will come over there actually.
Yeah, call number. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
we have entered, so it should come.
It should come actually. So now if you see here,
yeah,
right?
this
Test
is very
library,
simple.
the barcode, the accession number, and the call number.
Yeah, that is what.
Okay.
That sounds good because that call number is necessary.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Susan.
And thank you, sir. It's open now.
Yeah. Just for everybody's benefit, MAP is a museum in Kasturba Road, beautiful museum of art and photography. I loved seeing that. And yeah,
maybe
and we
you
are
can visit all the floors. You have not, you said you'll be visiting. Yeah, please visit. And I want to know, tell you that on Tuesdays, there is no ticket issue. It's a free
great.
entry.
Tuesday afternoon, it's free for everyone, right? All of you can
everyone.
visit.
Otherwise, you need to pay ticket. I mean, buy tickets for the galleries. Tuesdays, it's open and it's a free entry.
Definitely. For all the attendees of the webinar, this is bonus.
Please
Can visit
2
the
to
museum
6.
and you can be a paid user on Tuesdays. It's free. Okay. Sandeep Shetty has a question. Go ahead, Mr. Sandeep. I think he raised a hand. So, okay. If you have a question, you please ask. Let's see if there is any chart people have put. Hi, sir. Yeah, how to check number of copies of a particular title with all editions, right? So let's see how to check number of copies of particular title with edition. Okay. So what you can do is there are two ways when you do the data entry. So one option is that when you do the data entry, so there is an addition over here. Okay. So when there is an addition here, and each of the addition is a different one. So what I would suggest when you want to find out that is enter the title and it is going to list out all the catalog. So for example, if I go to the catalog report, customize report of catalog, I go customize report of catalog. Let me see if that particular data is available in any format. Let's see here. Let it refresh. It's going to take a minute. Okay, catalog. Yeah, I'll choose this copies here. So it's taking a little time here. I'm not sure why. Title. So the way you can check is, I think the title you want. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'll see. Title size you can find. Customize report. Harsha, can you help me?
Yes, sir. It can be seen directly the book acquisition report only.
Catalog. I go. Which report I should go?
No,
Go
not
ahead, you can
report.
explain.
The copies on
Oh
the
yeah,
browser.
here itself, right? These copies are available. So I
in
think
the-
his question was that is a slightly different one. So Harper's
edition-
Illustrated edition 100 edition is there. Let's say
Yes.
I think he wants to see a 101st edition. How many are there? 102nd edition. How many are there? 105th edition. How many are there? So there could be 10 copies, 20 copies, 30 copies. So one thing that you would need to do is you would need to link those titles, Mr. Sandeep. So when you link those titles, you will get that. So link items, no, when you do that, link items, you will get to see, okay, edition 11, edition 12, 13. So these are the different title number. You can see the copies of those. So getting the number of copies for one edition is easy because 100 editions, there are 243. That's easy. And suppose there is another copy of this, let's say the same one, accession number 400. This is 120th edition. This may have 10 copies. That's easy. So you can get title 1, 5th edition, this many copies. Title 100, this edition, another another one. But if you want to get in the group, you would have to link them and then get the report. That will be the answer. Hope that answers your question, Sandeep.